the lowlights on one of Lowe's many channels. You know, he be dropping his NBA content, and NBA just recently started, so he going crazy right now.
Ridiculous. And if that wasn't enough, bro, there's even more evidence that even during games where they were already sitting out some of these players when they were trying to tank, there's still games in which Portland still could have won. And in the middle of trying to win games, Chauncey Billups is like, no, we're still going to sit people in the middle of these games. It's just like he's actively trying to lose these games, even if they're like winnable games.
So
That's
here
crazy.
is another example of a game that I'm
They have
convinced
examples?
Chauncey Billups threw on purpose. So the Trailblazers are down by 7 with about 4 minutes remaining in the quarter, and they're trying to mount a comeback for the ages. They hit the layup 106-101 and wait for the graphic. Wait for it, there it is. They're on a 10-0 scoring run. So fast forward about a minute, Blazers are down by 6. Deni Avdija's hooping tonight. He hits the free throw to go down by 5. He's got 37 points. Not 27, not 35, 37 points. As the Blazers try to mount the comeback, they get the ball back now. So they got a chance to win this game, man. So the game now resumes, 3 minutes left, and Deni Avdija is on the bench.
Nah, he stubbed him out. Nah, that's wild. That's not wild, chat. Oh wow, I just got baited, chat. First play of the game. Got baited first play of the game, chat. It's crazy.
He's not in the game. He's on the bench. Down by 5 with 3 minutes left. He pulls his top 2 scorers. Riddle me that.
So it's shameless, bro. It's so shameless. It literally makes no sense, and it's actually very, very frustrating to watch this happen. Then there's like another clip where GP knows that there's like an 11-point spread, and he's trying to make the 11-point spread. There's like another clip where GP knows that there's an 11-point spread. They're on the sideline talking about this 11-point spread. They're cackling back and spread.
YouTube editors,
There's
yeah.
like another clip in point
Hello.
spread. Then there's like another clip where GP knows that there's like an 11-point spread, and he's trying to make the 11-point spread. There's like another clip where GP knows that there's an 11-point spread.
Oh
They're on
man.
the sideline talking about this 11-point spread.
Low. Talk to your editors, man. That makes it authentic. You over here messing up, starting over for us in the middle of the video. Take two, take two. Well, they had me playing 2, bro. He just missed an open shot. Chat. I don't know about this random wreck.
They're cackling back and forth, and it's like, oh, if you're going to make it, are they going to make it? And then they're still shooting threes to try to cover the 11-point spread against, like, the Washington Wizards. Then I was trying to figure out, if you're Adam Silver, how do you even justify what the fuck is going on right now? It very mindful. Bro, the NBA themselves, they did their own investigation on Terry Rozier. And then they claimed that Terry Rozier was cleared and they let him come back and play in the NBA. But here we are now, fast forward, and Terry Rozier is arrested, as we all know. So then the question that begs itself, like, how is it even possible that you all cleared him, but now they're coming back to arrest him? Brian Windhorst decided to, like, he shed some light into it.
You're right, Rich. The NBA at some point is going to have to explain why Terry Rozier was allowed to keep playing. And I just want to point something out. The sports books caught the irregular betting on Terry Rozier the day it happened, the morning it happened, when all of a sudden there was hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in on Terry Rozier unders for a relatively meaningless game in November. I'm sorry, in March, involving the Charlotte Hornets. The sports books caught it. They told the NBA right away, and guess what? The NBA, Rozier didn't play the rest of the season. and he had faked the injury, so it wasn't because of the injury. The NBA pulled him. They pulled Jonte Porter too. They flagged Jonte Porter and pulled Jonte Porter. The NBA's measures, their protection measures, the sportsbook's protection measures triggered this. They caught it.
So then it's not this one, it's another one where Brian Windhorst just flat out says like that. There it is. That's the what you call it. Adam Silver kind of just comes out and says like, well, we're not the Fed, so we don't have enough of the information to like actually pull these.
Violated. What do you make of that decision now amid the
FBI's allegations against him?
So what happened was, because bets were placed through legalized legal betting companies, they picked up aberrational behavior around a particular game in March of 23. And so that was brought to our attention by the regulators and the betting companies. We then looked into that situation and were very transparent about it. And while there was that aberrational betting, we frankly couldn't find anything. Terry at the time cooperated. He gave the league office his phone. We sat down for an interview, and we ultimately concluded.
Is he watching the
that
Knicks
there was
game?
insufficient evidence
Oh, you
to
can watch it on
find aberrational
playback.
behavior to move forward. We then worked directly with the law enforcement.
Oh, no,
They
no,
said
never mind.
that
That's
the
where the
press
interview
conference, the
happened.
league has been cooperating. So that was obviously over 2 years ago. So the federal government has subpoena power, threatened to put people in jail, can do all kinds of things that a legal office can't do. So we've been working with them since then, and of course what they announced yesterday was an indictment. So 2.5 years later, he still hasn't been convicted of anything. In fairness to Terry, obviously it doesn't look good, but he's now been put on administrative leave. And
They don't have the powers of obviously the federal government, which is fine. Obviously, we don't know like the process of everything that's going around. At the end of the day, I just don't understand like what more you need. If the actual companies, the gambling companies are saying that they are flagging it the same day, the moment it's happening. And as I've done more research, betting companies are very consistent with wrongdoing. They will figure out what's going on pretty quick. At the end of the day, bro, the betting companies can find this stuff pretty quickly, like very, very quickly, like in the moment. And so you're telling me if the betting companies are able to flag this, you, the NBA, why are you not flagging it? Why are you not coming to the same conclusion? Like, what more evidence do you need to figure out what's right, what's wrong? I just don't understand. That then kind of leads me to also believe, bro, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, chat, I don't think Kawhi and them are gonna get caught. I just don't. Because at the end of the day, if their threshold is we're not finding enough evidence and they don't have the same power to subpoena people and get actual hardcore proof like actual government agencies able to, but there's just no way they're going to get. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. And if that is the burden that they have placed upon themselves to find an NBA player or owner guilty, no, like it's done. Also, just in case you don't know, this is the game, and this is what happened when Terry Rozier he did the same thing. He takes a jump shot, lands perfectly fine, walks back. He looks like he's grimacing. He bends over, checks out his foot like, man, I don't know, man, my foot. Keep playing defense, but then he's trying to grimace himself like, I don't know, man. I can't really move like I used to be able to move, and then he's just walking stiffly now. Bro, it's a bad look, bro. It's at the end of the day, it's a bad look. Chauncey Billups being caught up in both of these things is crazy. It's crazy. There was someone back a few years ago who went on a podcast and straight up said, oh yeah, there was a poker game that was led with Chauncey Billups, and it was very clearly just like it was not on the up and up.
LA, and then it came to Vegas for a few days, and it was all built around Chauncey Billups. And I had heard about the game, and the person who told me about it was like, look, I know the game runners. I'm telling you 100% this game is on the up and up. And I was like, well, I know a lot of the people that are involved, and I'm telling you 100% that it is not on the up and up.
Yeah.
And, we kind of went back and forth, and I agreed that, like, I just wasn't going to go play it, but I had some friends who went and played it both in LA and in Vegas, and it obviously, like, was for sure confirmed to be cheated. Mm-hmm. Like, people who clearly didn't even understand the rules of no limit hold'em are just, like, jamming hundreds of big blinds in with, like, a gutty. And then just drilling it. Only the pros are losing. Like,
that's not even well matched. Okay.
So I'm not like a Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, who's a Texas Hold'em pro? Cause what does that mean? What does that mean? But they was over here finishing their sentences like, oh, they know that type of cheating. It sound like us talking about Zens and Titans.
pro anything like that. But when he's saying blind bets, we're not even getting to the point where the dealer is actually placing down cards, and you're already putting in a bunch of money down because you already know what the cards are going to be played because they're telling you what's going on. And they're like ripping pros off of hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's actually just ridiculous. They weren't even like smart about how they were getting away with it. They were just like so blatantly crazy with the amount of money they were willing to just rip off people. It's crazy. Also, Pablo Torre claimed that KG is a part of it as well. Update: a number of former pro athletes played at private poker games organized by those indicted by the DOJ in Operational Royal Flush. One of them, according to multiple sources with direct knowledge of the game that took place in 2019, was Kevin Garnett. Tough. It's getting kind of nasty, bro. It's getting kind of nasty. KG is still promoting it. Bill Simmons was literally talking about it and then went to commercial break, did an ad read from DraftKings, and then came back and went right back to talking about a betting scandal. It's fucking crazy. Y'all, I've said this over and over again. I'm gonna say it again. When gambling sites or sports betting sites come and approach me with any amount of money, it is such an abnormal amount of money that they put in front of me. It's crazy. It's scary. It's concerning. Just say no. Outside of Kalshi and any other like peer-to-peer, I guess some form of sports betting, I have always said no, because like that, those over and under shits, that whole thing where there's a house and then they divvy up the money, bro, it's crazy. Give a number, bro. We're talking about like 60,000 just to do test runs. When we're doing peer-to-peer and playback, bro, they were throwing around like hundreds of thousands of dollars, just to do test runs on peer-to-peer and playback. So when I say when test run, meaning that, hey, we're gonna run ads on peer-to-peer for maybe like 2 months, and then if it does well, we'll pick it up and we'll go for the rest of the year. We'll go for the rest of the NBA season or whatever season they're trying to promote, right? And they're sitting there saying, for the test run, we'll throw $80,000. And be very mindful, when we were doing peer-to-peer, but we were only doing 2 episodes a week. So 2 episodes a week, 8 episodes a month, 3 months, 2 to 3 months, 16 to 24 ad reads. At most. That's if we did an ad read every single last pod. But most of the time, we weren't even doing it either. And they were talking about $80,000 just out the gate. We'll get $80,000 just to read them. And I'll have to if y'all already know, I've shown y'all some of the stuff, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then I want to say that the most that Agent and I ever turned down through some type of ad reads was in the hundreds of thousands. They were just throwing in front of us. Hey, pick us up for the rest of the year, especially when it's like the second half of the year and the inventory may be a little bit larger than what they think, and they have to spend the money some way, somehow. Agent and I would just turn it down hundreds of times. I would go far as to say between peer-to-peer and playback, Agent and I turned down well over $300,000. Well over. And that may have just been sports gambling and like dick pills. Because I remember one time, Agent dumbass signed off on a Blue Chew ad, and I'm like, why the fuck would you sign off on that? And he left me to fucking read the ad read. It was ridiculous. But that's just how much money they throw and they pump into this over and over again. Why? Because I personally don't believe in that, and other people don't, and Agent doesn't believe in it either. It doesn't matter how much money someone is going to give me. If I just don't believe in what exactly that is, I'm just not going to do it. Like, to this day, and Raquel can attest to this, there's been tens of thousands of dollars that have been approached to us, and I've just said no. Raquel has come to me and said, hey, somebody's hit you up. They want to do for the whole season. This is how much money it is. And I just don't agree with it, and I'll just turn it down. But and that's not even me knocking anybody, because I want to be clear, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm like on a moral high horse. That's just me. There's a lot of people who do other things, and that's what they want to do. What about it is that sports companies have slowly just picked up on a monopoly in sports betting. So FanDuel, Underdog, DraftKings, they're like sweeping up a monopoly in the sports entertainment right now. That's the reason why, like back in the day, like maybe 10 years ago, when it came to your local providers and your local games, you'd be able to watch them on local television. Now, FanDuel has become so big that you have to subscribe to a FanDuel account to watch local TVs now, local television now. It's crazy. So now, if I wanted to watch the Braves or the Hawks, I got to do it through FanDuel. So, and then on top of that, wait. Let's go even further. Everybody's favorite podcast now.
I'm going to sleep
are
after this
also
game chat.
backed by gambling. You already know the arena is backed by Underdog. They got Underdog logo right there. Underdog on the seat. Underdog pop up right here in the middle. Underdog off to the side. I clicked this, nigga. The logo to the channel is an Underdog logo. It's an Underdog logo. Then if you go to Shannon stuff, right-hand corner, that's DraftKings right there. So DraftKings is Shannon. If you want to do Angel Reese podcast, Playmate, there go another DraftKings right there, or Prize Pick, whatever it is, Prize Picks. Bill Simmons is so dripped out in fucking a bunch of just money. This nigga has fucking beer just sitting right there. Just beer, just sitting right there.
Look at this. I got some Michelob Ultras next to me. We're going to open a 6-pack. This episode is brought to you by Michelob Ultra, the official beer partner of the NBA. And as the NBA season starts, one of the big questions I had was, what's up with this Houston team?
Bro, like, the whole thing is nothing. He has beer just sitting next to his face. Like, bro, we get it. We get it, dog. Like, I get it. I truly get it. You're making money because somebody else gave you a bag. Like, I get that, bro. I'm not knocking you do it, but bro, we're not even like being subtle with this shit no more. It's just everywhere. It don't matter what you're watching. It is literally everywhere. NBA scandal, FanDuel ad break. Go back to the NBA scandal. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing right now? What are we doing? And Raquel can attest to this as well because again, there's been several ad reads that I just get frustrated.
Nah, he just give us an ad break about ads. But unethical ads.
Doing because it's like y'all are disrupting the flow of the content that I'm creating right now. I don't want to do that. This is annoying. I'm making more than enough money. I ain't making more than enough money off of YouTube, playback, streaming. More than enough. We're making more than enough money. Why do I need to do all that? I genuinely don't have to do that. And at some point, you have to like sit back and ask yourself like, bro, what more money do I need to make? What more? Like, how much more money do I have to make, bro? Like, come on. Like, nigga, come on. Bet 365, come on. It's everywhere. And so now these betting companies have basically have a monopoly, not just on people's addictions, but also on the content that people are producing as well. They are literally all over the place. And they are sending out an abnormal amount of money. It's odd. It's not a coincidence that it was just the NBA that ended up getting caught. Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is so stupid. The director of the FBI, Patel, came out and was trying to pump his chest about what he found and led with it being described as an NBA scandal. When you caught mafia members, are you dumb? Why are you labeling it as an NBA scandal when the people who are actually doing the most egregious crimes are mafia members? I'm not stupid. And for once, I agree with Stephen A. when he sat there and said, oh, yeah. It's not a coincidence. This is something that, you know, Trump is coming, all the people coming, and then Patel went on Fox and sitting there saying, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Brother, you sit next to Trump. That's not the stupidest shit you've heard. It's not. Be serious. But I get it. You're trying to cover your tracks. But respectfully, you sound stupid by sitting here labeling it and pushing it as an NBA scandal or NBA people being the face of it, that y'all are running with that narrative when you've caught mafia members. Why are Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, like I get why we're talking about those three people, Damon Jones, I get that because we're in the NBA space. But y'all leading with that is dumb. Y'all have mafia members, mobsters, people who are sitting there threatening people's lives, people who are dealing with millions of dollars over and over and over again, people who are actually doing the legwork behind the scenes with any of the prop betting, with any of the rigged poker games, and y'all are talking about NBA players? None of that shit is coincidental. None of that shit is off bounds. And also, NFL players must not place any bets on NFL games, throw fixed games, share confidential information. But yet, here we are right now. This week, the U.S. Justice Department announced 2 federal indictments relating to illegal gambling on NBA players, And then they also talk about the NFL because the NFL is trying to get ahead of this as well. Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, they doing it in all sports. The NBA, NFL, MLB, any entity that is going to sit here and act like, oh man, I don't know what we're going to do. Let's put out some policies and let people know and change the parental password code so you can really protect yourself. And they don't give a fuck, bro. It's too much money into this for them to genuinely care. They don't care. TV networks are being backed by billions of dollars from gambling companies. Then gambling companies are also backing independent media members. And then gambling companies are also pushing out shit even on your timeline on Twitter and on Instagram. It's everywhere. And again, I'm fine. You do what you want to do. At the end of the day, you're a grown-ass man. You're a grown man. Grown woman. You're an adult. You have to make the decisions on your own. But I'm also not going to sit here and act like, well, I just don't know how this is happening. Like, what the fuck? You know why it's happening. You know how it's happening. And let's just be honest, you just don't give a fuck that it's happening because you are benefiting from it, regardless if it's a smaller creator benefiting from it from thousands of dollars, a larger creator benefiting from it from hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, or corporations and companies benefiting from it from billions of dollars. Y'all are benefiting off of people's addictions, and that's fine. That's that's literally what.
That's fine. Sounds crazy to say though. That's OD.
Capitalism is about. It's an opportunity. It's there. You take it. That's fine. But don't sit here and act like you're just. I don't know how we're gonna get ahead of this. You don't want to get ahead of it. You don't want to get ahead of it. To be fair to Adam, David Stern also dealt with gambling allegations and point shaving. I did research on this. It was point shaving that was happening allegedly in the 90s with the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, MJ's gamble debacle that got so bad that, again, the FBI started to investigate. Obviously, Tim Donaghy and all those things. So this has happened before. It's the passive shit that with Adam Silver that really bothers me, where it's like, you're not really doing nothing. You're just riding the wave of what was given to you. And I'm not saying that necessarily makes you bad, but it could put into question how good of a coach you are. I mean, good of a commissioner you are. Because David Stern adopted a league that was terrible. They were crack addicts. Games weren't on TV. Kareem was the supposed face of the NBA damn near. And Stern had to whip all that shit in shape. There was no real international basketball being played. Nothing. Adam, some of your adjustments, some of the things in which you are trying to claim you want to do to this league is stupid. We sat here to fight tooth and nail to get decal of the finals back on the floor because we wanted it to feel special. You lied and sat there and said, oh man, I don't know, players might be slipping on it. Nigga, figure it out. Go figure out non-slip paint. Y'all sitting there spending money on VR courtside seats, airless basketballs. Bro, there's so many things in which y'all can spend money on. Y'all spend money on the wrong things. And you can't sit here and tell me you can't find things to fix these problems when you get money from the betting companies, you're getting money from new networks, you're getting money from all of us putting money in your fucking pocket. Be serious. You got two things in front of you right now, and they are very serious, very real. I don't want to hear shit about you. Bro, we've been sitting here talking about getting rid of conferences for so long because how bad the East is. Every single time I bring it up, niggas talk about the traveling is going to be too bad. This nigga Adam Silver, and during the summer, talking about how he going to expand the NBA to fucking Europe. Adam, be serious. Can you hear me, nigga? Tap the fuck in. Let's be serious. This nigga want basketball players to fly across the pond. Are you serious? Nigga, we could have expanded. You want a Euro League? Bro, be serious. Adam, there's two things in front of you right now. Really, it was 3. But Wemby arrived, and that's really helping you right now because LeBron not even playing. And I'm going to be honest with you, that ain't really hurting nothing. LeBron ain't playing, KD losing games, Curry hooping out his mind. But nobody not really concerned about that because people are actually legit watching Wemby. So you're lucky. You got lucky with that face of the league shit that you were dealing with for the past 2 to 3 years. You got real lucky. This Kawhi shit and this gambling scandal, this right here is legacy defining. These are not things that you can just sit there.
We talking about the
and bend-
commissioner's legacy? Holy, we in deep chat. I'm getting off after this, Aki. I'm cooked. I'm gonna just finish this video.